All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of High School Football on 98.7 The Coast and the Coast Sports Today Facebook page. I'm Biff alongside Buddy Tarbot and Norm Donahue pushing the buttons back at the studio. Sam Cohen handling our live video stream as we are live from the Stephen Steger Memorial Field in Irma for Lower Cape May hosting Buena for their homecoming game. Lower Cape May normally plays their home games on Friday nights, but kind of a recent tradition. They've been playing their homecoming game on a Saturday afternoon, partly to hopefully account for better weather during the day, which they've certainly got today. It's a perfect day for football. Temperatures in the high 60s with a light breeze and not a cloud in the sky. And Lower Cape May needs to really put behind them what happened last week. They lost 40-6 to Pittman. It is a shocking result. And not only that they lost the game, but lost it by that kind of a margin. And Lower Cape May is now on a 2-game losing streak after winning their first 4. And they play a Buena team that has lost 2 straight, but is certainly playing better football of late. You could make an argument that the last 2 played are the best 2 teams that are on their schedule, or 2 of the best 3 anyway. And Buena, of course, coming off a loss 28-20 to Middle Township last week in a game that we broadcast right here on 98.7 The Coast. High school football on the coast. Proudly brought to you by Salty Pets and Cape May Courthouse. They treat your pups as if they were their own. Stop in for food, supplies, and a dog self-wash station. That's Salty Pets in Cape May Courthouse. Harpoons on the Bay, where the locals hang out, is open from Thursday through Sunday until the end of October. So check out Harpoons on the Bay. So needless to say, buddy, certainly a big game here for Lower Cape May at home. If they have any aspirations of making the playoffs, this is a game that they certainly have to have.
Well, Brian, as you Cape Tigers are coming off, they're in the midst of a 2-game losing streak. 2 weeks ago, they went down to Middle Township, and they were leading at the half, 12-0. Then Middle Township came out and played an outstanding third and fourth quarter, and they beat Lower Cape May that night. And, then Lower comes last week, and as you just said, plays Pittman. And, these are high school kids, so it's almost like the kids had an emotional hangover from the week before. I don't know how to explain a 40-6 loss to a Pittman team that, if you looked at the schedule prior to the season, you put a W next to that for Lower Cape May. However, that's not the case. And this Buena regional team, again.
Yeah, J.J. Gonzalez is a nice quarterback for Buena. He does a little bit with the running game. He's very good with the pass. And he'll certainly be a player to watch for Buena. Captains are going on the field for Lower Cape May for the opening coin toss. Quentin Hagan, Archie Lawler, Jacob Bay, and Hunter Ray. Lower Cape May is wearing their all-black uniforms trimmed in gold and blue with the black helmets. Buena is wearing their all-white uniforms trimmed in gold with blue helmets. And Buena coached by Greg Groover, and, of course, Lower Cape May coached by Lance Bailey. And
Buena's go-to guy carrying the football, Samir Garrison, he not only
5 in uniform, but this is a Buena program. You're used to seeing having 40 and 50 kids on the sideline. Now, Buena has lost some student population. They've dropped down to a Group 1 school. They're a Group 2 for football, but Group 1 for everything else. And years ago, they were a solid Group 2. So that may have something to do with it. But they do not have a large roster, but they do have some very, very talented players on the Buena team.
Well, another one was this Robert Brannon Miller, a wide receiver, tight end. He's about 6'5", and he's the one that caught that touchdown pass to end the first half. And you talk about a very formidable receiver. When he got in there, Brian, he did like the perfect box out that you would see in a basketball game. He really he's a wide body and he's tall, and he used his athletic ability to really post up the Middle Township player.
Okay, Buena has won the toss and deferred, so Lower Cape May will receive to start the football game, and Lower Cape May will be defending the west end zone here at Steven Steger Memorial Field. If you're watching our live video stream, of course, they're going from left to right. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout. They'll have the national anthem, and then we'll be ready to go. High school football, Lower Cape May and Buena, 98.7 The Coast. All right, back at Steven Steger Memorial Field. Brian Kniff with Buddy Tarbot. Set to go. Buena and Lower Cape May. Buena comes in at 2-4 overall. Lower Cape May 4-2 overall. This is a crossover game within the West Jersey Football League. It's a non-division game. And again, as I said, Buena will kick it off. They did win the toss. They decided to defer. And J.J. Gonzalez, who's also the quarterback, is their kicker. And he has it teed up near the right hash mark at the 40-yard line.
And Buena comes into this contest with a record of 2-4. They also have 2 straight losses.
Braswell Thomas is back deep for Lower Cape May. Gonzalez, it's a little pooch line drive taken by Lawler early at the 35. Good return. He gets it all the way out to the 48 as Lower Cape May will have good field position to start the football game. Hunter Ray, of course, is the quarterback. It's been a nice threat through the air, although, of course, like the rest of the team, Buddy, did not have a good game last week. So 1st and 10 for Lower Cape May, and they'll actually mark this ball up at the 49-yard line. So Lower just 1 yard shy of midfield to start the football game. Isaiah Wing in the backfield. Of course, Aiden McCarraher is out with a knee injury. They hand it off to Wing. He fumbles the football, and Buena's got it. Fumbled the ball on the exchange, the first offensive play, and Buena will have it.
Well, that is obviously not the way Coach Bailey wanted to see his team start this football game.
I'll tell you what, buddy, I'm glad you're here. We wouldn't have known that otherwise.
Well, you know, that's what I'm the master of the obvious. That's one of my definite strong suits. But Buena takes over now, 1st down on the 50-yard line.
And this is a Buena team that moved the ball a bit against Middle Township last week, so see what Lower Cape May can do defensively. They'll have to come up big after turning it over on their first offensive play of the game. Gonzalez looking to the sideline. Now he's going to walk up under center. Takes the snap, but I think the left guard or left tackle moved early for Buena, and it's going to be an illegal procedure penalty. So that'll make it 1st and 15, takes it back to the 45-yard line. No score, 11:47 to go, or 11 in the first quarter. Lower Cape May, of course, fumbled on its first offensive play. And Buena has the ball now after this illegal procedure penalty. 1st and 15 at its own 45-yard line. Smith, the lone setback behind Gonzalez. He takes the handoff, has big-time running room. He's going to pick up about 11 on that first down run.
And that time, Buena, they run through the left side of that offensive line.
2nd and 4 as they'll mark this at the 44. Buena going quickly here. Players all looking at the sideline to the coaching staff for a play call. Garrison lined up as the left wing back. Smith, the lone running back, out of this kind of a wing T formation. They hand it to Smith again. He's got the first down and more, picks up about 6. That'll bring the ball down to the 38-yard line of Lower Cape May.
Well, Brian, that's 2 straight running plays from the Chiefs, and both times through the left side of their offensive line.
And here's the thing that happens, buddy. If you can't control the line of scrimmage, and the defensive coaching staff for Lower Cape May is going to have to start sending some linebackers early, and that's where you can get caught. The 1st and 10 for Buena at the Lower Cape May 38. No score, 10:20 to play first quarter. Homecoming day for Lower Cape May. Handoff to Smith. This time he stopped for no gain.
Well, that time, Buena
Nice play in there by a couple of Lower Cape May players, buddy, to stop that. Ogre Nunez along with Cody Lewis. And Smith actually lost the yard.
And that time, Buena tried to attack the right side. Well, they went through the right side of their offensive line, attacking the left side of the defensive front for Lower. And as Brian said, there was nothing there, and they actually lose a yard.
2nd and 11 for Buena. Ball at the 39-yard line of Lower Cape May. Buena gets the play call from the sideline. Gonzalez goes under center. Garrison goes in motion. It's a toss to Garrison, trying the right side, and Braswell Thomas blows it up. Shook off his block and stops Garrison for a loss of 7.
That was a great play by Braswell Thomas. And as Brian, he shed the blocker and was able to wrap up Garrison for a big loss. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And Buena, we saw last week against Middle, buddy, they do run some plays out of the shotgun, and you would think on a passing down here they might do that. So you're looking at about 3rd and about 17. Ball's at the 45. They need to get down to the 28 for a first down. 3rd and 17 for Buena. And being on lower side of midfield, they don't have to get all 17 on this play. Back to passes Gonzalez. It's a hitch and go. He's got a man down there, and it is caught. Caught for a first down, and taken down inside the 15-yard line is Shane Reed.
I'll tell you, that was a well-thrown ball.
Well, it's just
Reed was wide open.
Buddy, it's bad coverage by Lower Cape May. On 3rd and 17, you just can't let someone get behind you. So now they have 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line of Lower Cape May. That's a 33-yard gain there. You know, how Reed's able to get behind a defender there, it's just inexcusable. Gonzalez in the shotgun, tosses forward to Garrison, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, still on his feet, and he does all that to almost get back to the line of scrimmage, but Lower Cape May should have had him for a loss of 3 or 4.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10, make that 11. They're going to move the stick back 1 yard.
So Buena now, this is the 3rd straight possession that at some point they've been behind the chains on the first, or I should say 3rd straight set of downs. And obviously the other 2 they were able to convert. So 2nd and 11 at the 13-yard line. Gonzalez will go up under center this time. Takes the snap, hands off to Smith. Smith through the middle, has a decent gain. He's going to pick up about 5 or 6.
And again, that time, Buena goes through the left side of their offensive line.
Call it a gain of 6. It's 3rd and 5.
So they pick up a nice chunk right there on that running play.
3rd and 5 at about the 8-yard line. Gonzalez goes up under center. Garrison goes in motion. Lower Cape May jumps offside. I don't believe this will give. Now the lead official initially called offside. I think he's going to change his call here. I think this is going to go against Buena. They're going to say someone from Buena moved, and that actually drew Lower Cape May offside. So it's going to turn a 3rd and 5.5 to about a 3rd and 10.5 here.
So that's going to be the 2nd motion penalty against the Chiefs, and that's with this field position, obviously that's advantage Lower Cape May, but Lower needs to come up big defensively.
Inside 6 minutes to go first quarter now. No score. Buena is driving. They're facing Lower Cape May 14-yard line. Gonzalez hands to Smith. Nice play by Jacob Bay to take him down after a gain of only about 1. So it's 4th and 10 for Buena. And while they do kick extra points, I'm not sure how much of a field goal team they are. And it looks like they're going to go for it on 4th and 10. And these are the kind of plays here, buddy. You want to win a football game. If you're Lower Cape May, you got to make this stop. Absolutely can't allow them to get a first down or a touchdown on a 4th and 10 play.
This would be about a 30-yard field goal.
But they're going to go for it. Gonzalez in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's back to pass. Under a rush. Ball was tipped as he threw it. It's incomplete. I think Jacob Bay got in there, and Lower Cape May will take over on downs. So a good stop there.
That was a big stop by the Lower Cape May defense, Brian. And Jacob Bay, he just did an outstanding job of getting in there, getting his big hands up in the air, and swatting down that pass that J.J. Gonzalez was trying to find to one of his receivers.
1st and 10 for Lower at the 15-yard line, the 12-yard line. Their first offensive play resulted in a fumble. Hunter Ray will go in the shotgun here. To start this possession for Lower Cape May. Long count, takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to roll out, passes to Thomas. It's complete. He's got a good gain. And after being hit at about the 18, he stumbles forward outside the 20 and close to a first down. But there is a flag all the way in the backfield on the other side of the field. And it looks like, I don't know what we're going to have here, but I think it's against Lower Cape May. An ineligible player downfield. I'm not exactly sure how that happens, buddy. Ray took the snap, took one step to his right, and threw the football. If one of those linemen can get down the field 5 yards that fast, he shouldn't be playing offensive line.
Yes, because you're right. That was a quick hitter from Ray to Thomas.
And all the way on the other side of the field. I mean, that's one of those ones. Just put the now we have a whistle here. And I think we had a low snap, and when Ray went down to catch it, his knee was on the ground. So it's going to be a loss of about 5. Look, I mean, we're not football officials, buddy. That to me is over officiating. That play's running all the way on the right side of the field, and you got an illegal man downfield call all the way on the other side of the field. Second down and long for Lower Cape May here. It's second and down and about 20. Ray takes the snap, fakes a handoff, throws over the middle, complete to Lawler. Lawler's got a first down and more. Bounces it outside, across the 40, across midfield, and still on his feet, breaking tackles, and finally taken down at the 32-yard line of Buena. What a catch and run by Lawler.
And Brian, that first Buena tackler tried to tackle Lawler with one hand up high by grabbing his shoulder pads, and you're not going to bring Archie Lawler down. What he was able to do was slow him down a little bit so the second defender could get in there.
67-yard gain for Archie Lawler on second down and long, and Lawler was wide open over the middle. Definite breakdown in defensive responsibilities for Buena there. Ray in the shotgun on first and 10 at the 32. Option. Tosses to Wing. Wing is taken down after a gain of about 3. You know, there was a couple of Buena players out there, buddy, and Wing kind of pulled up. That's one where he's just got to stick his head down and dive. Instead of a 3-yard gain, it could have been 5. And now we have a player injured for Lower Cape May on the other side of the field. And, you know, I think somebody may have run into, might have been Isaiah Wing, may have run into the down marker. And actually they're going to mark this back at the 30, and it's only a gain of 1. Bring up second and 9.
Second and 9, just under 3 minutes to play first quarter. We are scoreless. I'll tell you, if that was the case where someone got banged up because they ran into the down markers, whoever's keeping them, holding on to those sticks has got to wake up.
Here's a handoff. And running with the football and inside the 20, down to the 15 is Ogre Nunez. Good run.
And that was a 16-yard pickup by Nunez. And somebody is going to need to obviously step up with Aiden McCarraher out with that knee injury, and Nunez is one of the leading candidates.
First and 10 for Lower Cape May at the Buena 15-yard line. Hunter Ray in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off, and this time it's Wing. That's a nice gain on first down. He gets down inside the 10, picks up about 6.
Well, Wing just runs right up the middle of that Buena defense, kept his big legs pumping, held on to the football, and as Brian said, he gets it inside the 10 down to the 9-yard line.
Second down and 4 for Lower Cape May. Wing the lone setback. A Buena player just, now they're going to say Lower Cape May moved early. And it's going to move them back. A Buena player jumped across play by him because obviously a Lower Cape May player flinched. So that turns 2nd and 4 into 2nd and 9. Ray in the shotgun with Wing to his right. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws it incomplete. It was thrown behind the intended receiver. And that was Nunez down around the 5-yard line. And he was open.
Yeah, he was open, and the ball did hit him in the hands, whether it was behind him or not. He's got to make that catch.
Well, he's not a pro, bud. The ball's thrown a yard and a half behind him. That is not it. I'll show you the video. Show you the video afterwards. 3rd down and 9 for Lower Cape May. This time Ray goes up under center. Fakes a handoff, rolls to his right. He's looking, still looking, thinking about running, now fires in and out of the hands of Archie Lawler at the 3, and that one definitely should have been caught.
No comment.
4th down and 9 for Lower. It looks like they're going to go for it.
1:14 to play here in the first quarter.
It would have been about a 31-yard field goal attempt, but against the wind, so they're deciding to go for it here on 4th and 9 at the 14. Ray back to pass. He's looking, still looking, fires. It is caught for a touchdown. What a catch by Braswell Thomas in the back of the end zone. And now we have an official coming in and saying, no, the ball hit the ground. So to call it incomplete. The ball was actually intended for Lawler. It was high, went off his hand. Now the officials are going to come together and see what they have here. The initial call was that it was a touchdown, but now I believe they're going to go with the fact that it was an incomplete pass. They are. And Buena will take over on downs.
And that's a tough break for Lower Cape May. 1:07 to play in this first quarter. So as Brian said, that ball was initially intended for Lawler, but it was overthrown. But Braswell Thomas was behind him, but the ball hit the grass before Thomas could possess it. So Buena will take over on downs on their own 14-yard line.
First and 10 for Buena. It's a handoff inside, and they pick up about 3. That was Smith on the carry. Brings up 2nd and 7, after the gain of 3. 40 seconds to go in this scoreless first quarter. Lower Cape May and Buena. Beautiful sunny day here at the Stephen Stegger Memorial Field. 2nd and 7 from the 17 for Buena. Gonzalez under center. Takes the snap, hands again to Smith. Fumbles the football, it's recovered by Lower Cape May. That ball popped out, Logan Haggerty recovered it. And Lower will have it.
And that, again, Lower Cape May doing a good job. That was going to be a short gain, and the Buena runner was trying to make it a little bit, get more out of it, and then he fumbled.
Yes, that was a case right there of just trying to do a little too much. And he lost the football, and Lower Cape May has it. 1st and 10 at the Buena. Ray goes up under center. Takes the snap. Hands it off on a reverse to Lawler. Lawler with room on the right. Inside the 15, takes a hit, and then falls down close to the 10. Nice play there for Lower Cape May. It is a first down. They're going to mark it on the 10. And it's a run of 13 yards. And a first down for Archie Lawler. And that is the final play of the first quarter. No score, but Lower Cape May's knocking on the door. We'll be back after this on 98.7 The Coast. High school football on the coast brought to you by El Pueblo Taqueria in North Cape May. They serve the best authentic Mexican food made from only the freshest ingredients. Head on over for lunch or dinner at El Pueblo's family dining experience. If you want one sandwich or a whole tray, call Primo Hoagies in Rio Grande, 609-846-7532. Cleanse White Pools is now fully restocked on spas, and they're going fast. Stop by Cleanse White on Route 9 in Rio Grande to secure your spa today. So as we head to the second quarter, both teams have had their chances, and now Lower Cape May has another chance. They have it 1st and 10 at the Buena 10-yard line, and actually it'll be 1st and goal. I thought the ball might have been outside the 10, but it's right on the 10. So Lower Cape May must get a touchdown here. They do not have an opportunity to get a first down. No score as we start this second quarter.
And this is an opportunity, Brian, that Lower Cape May needs to cash in on.
Yeah, they failed on their first time inside the 15, and now they've got a chance again. 1st and goal at the 10. Ray in the shotgun. Hands it off to Wing. Off the left side, Isaiah Wing bounces it outside. Still going outside. Lunging forward and is taken down at the 1. You know, buddy, I thought he had an opportunity to cut that inside and maybe get into the end zone, but he decided to keep going wide, and it ends up as a 8-yard gain. They're going to mark him down at the 2.
And he was kind of looking that way. You could see by the way he turned his head. But then he must have thought that, hey, he could beat the defenders to the pylon. But regardless, he held on to the football. 9-yard pickup, 2nd and goal from the 1.
This time Ray will go up under center. Takes the snap himself, dives forward. He's in for the touchdown. So Lower Cape May is on the board early in the second quarter. They lead Buena 6-0 with the PAT to come. Hunter Ray's 2-yard touchdown run.
And I'll tell you, Hunter Ray, he got through that interior of the defensive line untouched. He made it all the way to the back of the end zone and was able to hand the football right to the official.
Dennis Serra on to try the extra point. Zach Castellano is his holder. Snap and hold are good, and Serra's kick is inside the right upright and good. 7-0 Lower Cape May. 11:45 to go before halftime. Back after this 30-second break, 98.7 The Coast. touchdown run by Hunter Ray with an 8-yard run of his own to get the ball down to the 2 will tee it up for Lower Cape May. They have a 7-0 lead early stages second quarter.
Well, Lower Cape May forced that Buena fumble, took the ball over on the Buena 23-yard line, and wasted no time.
Wing, a high but relatively short kick, taken by Buena at the 20 and tripped up. Nice play by Lower Cape May's A.J. King to take Shane Reed down after a short return, and Buena will have it at its own, around its own 27-yard line.
$11:40 to play here in the first half. This beautiful afternoon in downtown Irma, Stephen Steger Memorial Field.
Gonzalez under center. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Smith. Fumbled it again, I believe. Popped right back to his hands, and he's taken down right away. Jacob Bay in there. I think Smith actually bobbled that ball after he took it, but it came right back into his hands. And
it's going to be a 2-yard
gain, yes.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, Smith fumbled last time, his previous carry to set up Lower Cape May with good field position that resulted in a touchdown.
Buena with the ball on their own 29-yard line. Lower coach
2nd and 8.
Lance Bailey would love to get a 3-and-out here.
Gonzalez in the shotgun. Back to pass. He's looking, being chased, flushed out to the far side, throws toward the sideline, too high for his intended receiver. He did have a man, Robert Brandon Miller, open briefly, but the pass was way too high, and that'll happen when that pressure gets to you, bud. So give the Lower Cape May defensive front four some credit there.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what Lower Cape May did. Number 57, Ryan Rush, he was there chasing Gonzalez down, and if he had an open receiver, it wasn't for a long period of time, but he had no opportunity to get his feet set to try and throw the football down the field.
You know, buddy, with a name like Ryan Rush, I was waiting for a bad joke from you there.
It's coming, trust me. I didn't want to rush it.
Third and 8 for Buena at the road 29. Gonzalez in the shotgun, back to pass. It's a quick one, throws it too high and incomplete. And he was looking for Reed, and Buena's going to have to punt here. It was a little quick wide receiver screen, and on 4th and 8 inside their own 30, they're going to send the punting unit on. Archie Lawler and Dennis Serra will go back deep for Lower Cape May.
Well, again, Coach Lance Bailey, his defense is doing a very good job so far here in the first half.
Nazea Angeles is the punter for Buena. It's a low snap. It bounces to Angeles. He's able to get it away. It's high but short. Bounces at the 48, and it's going to check up there, just like one of Dave Weinberg's pitching wedges from 110 yards out. And Lower Cape May will have the ball right around the midfield stripe to start its next possession.
And Dave knows how to hit those pitching wedges, especially Cape National. We weren't going to talk about the putt. So that ball is going to be spotted on the 50-yard line, Brian, giving Lower Cape May 1st and 10 from the 50. So excellent field position again.
Ray hands the wing through the lines, got good yardage. He's going to be up close to a 1st down, and I think his forward progress will take him to the 40 and give Lower Cape May a 1st down. Nice run by Isaiah Wing.
That was
he's bounced back, buddy. He fumbled the ball on his first touch of the game, and he's really done a nice job running the football since.
Well,
10-yard gain there.
he has 26 yards since that fumble. But, Brian, even right there, he held that ball out. You could see that it came out. It wasn't tucked into his body, and he was in a lot of congested area. So, Isaiah's got to really be aware to make sure he tucks it in when he's in traffic.
Back to pass is Ray. He's going to float it out. That's a bad pass. Well, he was throwing it out in the flat to Isaiah Wing and just threw it too low. Wing dove for it, and he actually did better not to catch it. It would have been a 2 or 3 yard loss had he caught it. If it was a better pass, I think Wing's got some open space in front of him.
Well,
Second down and 10.
He absolutely would have. But, Brian, Hunter Ray is now 1 for 5 through the air. That's his 4th straight incompletion after that 67-yard bomb to Archie Lawler.
Ray hands it to Wing. Hit and taken down after a gain of about 3. Bring up 3rd and long. Ball's down to the 37-yard line of Buena. Lower Cape May leads 7-0 here in the second quarter. Third down and 7 for the Tigers, who are playing with the wind at their back. Lawler and Thomas split to the far side. Jackson Brown to the near side. Fake handoff. Ray rolls. Looking. Now he's going to run. No, now he's going to throw. Caught by Thomas. And Thomas is down to the 20. 17-yard gain. And that is a great job by Hunter Ray of knowing where the line of scrimmage is. It looked like he was about to run, and he got it to about a half yard behind the line of scrimmage, and the defender guarding Thomas moved up. That left him open, and Ray fired the pass for the first down.
That's exactly what happened. When Hunter Ray made that move, the Buena defense then came up like they were going to go after him, and Thomas was wide open, and he hit him right in the numbers.
Hand off to Isaiah Wing. Breaks a tackle. Still on his feet trying to bounce it outside. And he is going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10. Isaiah Wing will learn this, buddy. But sometimes you get that 1 yard gain, you bounce off a tackle, and with everything going on around you, sometimes the best thing is to just dive forward. He tried to bounce it outside, and it actually cost him a couple of yards. Second and 10. Ray in the shotgun. Takes the snap, floats it out to Nunez. This will really serve as a lateral. It's a run by Nunez, and he ends up losing 2 yards. Now it's 3rd and 12 for Lower Cape May at the Buena 22-yard line.
Yeah, there was absolutely nothing there as Buena read that play very well. Able to bring Nunez down for that 2 yard loss.
So 3rd and 12 for Lower Cape May. Thomas and Lawler split to the near side. Brown to the far side. Ray takes the snap. Fakes. He's going to fire deep toward the corner. And it is caught for a touchdown by Braswell Thomas in the back of the end zone.
What a throw.
And what a move by Braswell Thomas to cut in front of the defender. And it actually ended up as a pretty easy catch for the sophomore. 22-yard touchdown pass.
And that was just a great throw as well, Brian. Hunter Ray just put it up there. And Braswell Thomas, as you said, made that initial move. And then he was wide open, ran under the football in the end zone, made sure his feet didn't cross the end line. Touchdown, Lower Cape May.
Serra on for the extra point, and he actually misses this one. Fired it outside the left upright. But Lower Cape May leads at 13-0, 6:43 to go before halftime. Back after this 30-second break, 98-7 the Coast. Another touchdown for Lower Cape May on a 22-yard pass by Hunter Ray to Braswell Thomas. High school football on the coast brought to you by the Ocean View Restaurant on Beach Drive in Cape May, where you can get a delicious breakfast or lunch made with Mama's love. That's the Ocean View on Beach Drive in Cape May. They're open daily, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m.
And Brian, that touchdown pass put Hunter Ray over the 100-yard mark. He has 104 yards through the air here in the first half.
High but short kick, taken by an up man for Buena. And taken down at the 30. And a nice play by Amir Clark to take down Joey Marshall on that return. So Buena will have it at their own 30, trailing 13-0. Now, Buena does get the ball to start the second half, but they really need to get something going on this offensive possession, trailing 13-0 to Lower Cape May. It is homecoming here at Lower Cape May, so expect the extended halftime. Chose a great day for it with the Phillies playing it too, huh, bud?
Oh, absolutely.
Although, let's face it, homecoming was probably picked back. The homecoming date was probably picked back when the Phillies were under 500 back early in the season.
It was scheduled for an 11 a.m. kickoff.
Oh, that's true.
So that would have been in plenty of time for the first pitch.
Gonzalez back to pass. He's going to throw deep. He has a man, but it's thrown too far. Wow. Shane Reed got behind the defense, and the pass was just simply overthrown. Had it been connected, it was a touchdown.
Buena right here in the first half, they have 64 total yards. 33 of them came on a pass play from Gonzalez to Shane Reed. They've been able to keep their leading rusher, Samir Garrison. He's carried twice for -8 yards.
Wildcat formation with Garrison as the quarterback, and this goes nowhere, and Logan Haggerty takes him down for a loss.
And Logan Haggerty, he was all over that. He got right through the left side of that Buena offensive line.
Yeah, call it
that tackle.
Yeah, call it a loss of 3, and it'll bring up 3rd and 13. This is a Buena team, buddy, that moved the ball pretty well against Middle Township last week, and they really have not been able to do that here today so far. 3rd and 13 for the Chiefs. 5:50 to go before halftime. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Gonzalez back in at the quarterback position. Takes the snap, he's back to pass, fakes, he's going to throw it deep down this near sideline. Incomplete. Actually, it went off the helmet.
Yeah, what a heads-up play by Hunter Ray.
By Hunter Ray. But Garrison was open. Ray was hustling over, and it went off of his helmet. Incomplete. So
right off the top of his head.
Buna's had a couple of players get behind Lower Cape May defenders, but they couldn't execute the long pass, and now the Chiefs will have to punt. And this time, it's going to be Garrison back to do the punting duties. Serra and Lawler back deep for Lower Cape May. Garrison takes the snap. It's a low punt. It bounces short of the 50. Takes a Buena roll and will be downed at about the 37-yard line. Lower Cape May will take over there, 1st and 10. Pretty effective punt there.
Yeah, needless to say, Harrison got some foot into it. It wasn't very high, but Lower Cape May will take over
It's a big
on their own 37.
Big possession in the game here, buddy. If Lower Cape May can go in and go down the field and score and go up 3 touchdowns before halftime, Buena certainly needs a stop here. 13-0, Lower Cape May. Hunter Ray in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands it off. Nas Smith was on a blitz for Buena, and he blows that up and tackles Nunez for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, good job again that time by the Buena defense.
Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 35-yard line. .450 to go before halftime. Clock is moving. 3 receivers set here. Nunez, the lone running back. Buena showing blitz. Ray takes the snap, hands it off to Nunez, and he picks up maybe 3.
Yeah, if he at least got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Brings up 3rd and 9 at the 38-yard line of Lower Cape May. Tigers lead 13-0. They have the ball. Isaiah Wing is actually out of the game. He must have gotten nicked up, buddy, because he's running on the sideline under the watchful eye of the trainer, Frank Zillenak, but he looks like he's okay. Ray fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, wants to throw. He's looking, throwing, high and incomplete. He had Brown open coming back to the football, but overthrew him, and Lower Cape May will have to punt. Brown was open around midfield, and Ray threw it too high for the intended receiver. And Lower Cape May to kick, and it is Jackson Brown standing back at his own 25-yard line. And Samir Garrison is deep for Buena, standing at his own 30. Jackson Brown does have the wind at his back. And it's a good punt. He punts it away from Garrison, and the ball will bounce inside the 25 and be downed at the 23.
And as Brian said, that was a good directional punt by Jackson Brown.
It ends up being a 37-yard punt. And Buena takes over at their own 23.
3:48 to play here in this first half.
First and 10 for the Chiefs, who've had trouble moving the football here today. Outside of that first possession, which resulted in a turnover on downs deep in Lower Cape May territory. Gonzalez in the shotgun here. Takes the snap, hands to Smith, tries the left side. He's got some room. Straight up the field across the 40. Bounces it outside at the 50. Inside the 40, inside the 30. Haggerty finally tracks him down from behind and tackles him inside the 20. Great run by Nas Smith.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that was an outstanding run by Nas Smith.
They're going to mark it at the 16-yard line, I believe. So it's a 61-yard run. Something Buena certainly needed to flip field position, and now they have plenty of time to try to go in and get a score before halftime with 3:36 to go in the half. First and 10 at the Lower Cape May 16.
And Logan Haggerty chased them down from behind to make that tackle-saving or touchdown-saving tackle.
Handoff again to Smith, and he's got a lot of room on that left side. He picks up about 6, but there is a flag, and that's in the area of holding. And Lower will take him back. And, sometimes these penalties can be devastating, buddy, because at the high school level, holding is a spot of the foul penalty. And that occurred a couple of yards deep in the backfield, so it's actually a loss of 12, and it negates a 7 or 8 yard run.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the momentum that Buena had just seized, now it's going to bring up a first down and about 28.
Well, the ball's on the 28, so how could it be first and 28?
Well, that's true. I was looking at the wrong. It's hard to see that scoreboard. Now that Matt Ulmer's here from Ulmer's Appliances.
Just look can you go at the darn field?
Can you go bright them light bulbs, please? Can you do something about that?
First and 22. It's a direct snap to Garrison. Tries the left side. Spins out of one tackle. Does pick up 5 or 6, but it brings up second down and very long still.
See, they're not used to playing day games, so they got light bulbs out there that you can't even see.
It's 2nd and 16.
26.
Yeah. 2nd and 16 at the 22. So Buena at the Lower Cape May 22. According to Buddy, it's 2nd and 30.
Well, hey, that could be my Wildwood Catholic math.
So 2nd and long for Buena at the Lower Cape May 22-yard line. Back to a more traditional set with Gonzalez, a quarterback, takes the snap, hands it off to Smith. He's got a lot of room, and an ankle tackle made in there by Hunter Ray down at the 10. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Lower Cape May has taken a timeout. So timeout on the field. We'll have 3rd and short when we come back. 30. The Coast. Uncle Bill's Pancake House, Dave Weinberg's favorite place. Spot where the whole family can get a great breakfast without breaking the bank. They support high school football on the Coast. 3rd and 4 for Buena. They fake a handoff. Gonzalez back to pass. Throws wide open back in the end zone. Is it a touchdown? Yes. Caught in the corner of the end zone by Mikey Ernst. I thought there may have been a chance that he was still bobbling that ball when he made contact with the out-of-bounds area, but the official was right on top of it, and it is a touchdown from 10 yards out. Nice play call there. He was wide open. So with 2:11 left in the half, Buena gets on the board. Gonzalez on the kick, and his kick is no good as it's way short, kicking against the wind. Buena gets on the board. It's 13-6 Lower Cape May. Late stages first half. Back after this, 98-7 the Coast. Buena on the board. Lower Cape May still leads 13-6. The Marvis Diner would like to wish all the athletes and coaches the best of luck this season. Stop by the Marvis Diner, 4900 Pacific Avenue in Wildwood. And don't forget about the Marvis Pancake House in North Wildwood. Mr. Softy in Villas would like to wish all the athletes and coaches the best of luck this season. That's Mr. Softy, 1890 Bayshore Road in Villas. Buddy, 1890 Bayshore Road in Villas. I know you're on your way there after the game.
I've been there. They have a drive-through, which is absolutely incredible. You can't beat a drive-through ice cream parlor, you know? Especially when they got mint chocolate chip and a waffle cone.
Buena to kick off. And now the ball blows off the tee.
It's that stiff wind that Dave Weinberg's been talking about. It's from all that beach experience that he has.
Gonzalez, it's an onside kick, but it does not go 10 yards. And Lower Cape May actually dives on it. That was actually a good heady play there by Jackson Brown if the ball was still rolling. I don't know if it still was, if it was still slowly rolling and maybe would have gotten to the 50. But Brown dove in, recovered it, and now Lower has the ball at the Buena 49-yard line, and that's kind of risky for Buena there, buddy, giving Lower Cape May here a short field.
And as you said,
with a little over 2 minutes to go before halftime.
Jackson Brown, he had a good beat on that. He was tuned right in on that kick.
1st and 10 for the Tigers. Ray with an empty backfield. Now Thomas goes in motion. They hand it to Thomas, trying the right side, and he's got a nice gain up close to a first down. I think they're going to give it to him. It's a gain of about 11, and now actually they're going to mark it back at the 39. It is a gain of 10 and a first down. Lower Cape May within striking distance here. They do have 2 timeouts left, 1:50 to go in the half. They have the ball, 1st and 10 at the Buena 39-yard line. Ray fakes a toss. They run a little trap inside. And Nunez picks up about 2. Lower Cape May will take a timeout. Timeout on the field. We'll take a 30-second break. Back after this on 98.7 The Coast. Killers, and 4 times more likely to abuse those pills than non-athletes. Talk to your doctor about alternatives to opioid painkillers. This message brought to you by Cape Assist. Check them out at capeassist.org. So it'll be 2nd down and 8 for Lower Cape May. 1:33 to go before halftime. Tigers lead 13-6. Hunter Ray with Isaiah Wing to his left. Fakes a handoff, fires over the middle, caught by Lawler. Lawler inside the 20, inside the 10, and taken down shoestring tackle to save a touchdown, but a nice gain for Lower Cape May.
And that was a good hookup right there between Hunter Ray and Lawler.
That's a 30-yard gain and a first down at the 7. Clock moving, just over a minute to go. 1st and goal. Handoff to Wing, and he's taken down for a loss.
Yeah, there was nothing there. That time, Buena got a great push from the right side of their defensive line. They won the battle right there.
That's going to move the ball back to the 9. Lower Cape May with 34 seconds to go. They come up to the line of scrimmage. And we have a flag, and looks like Lower Cape May moved early.
It's exactly what it looks like, and that was going to be a botched play as the snap was low. Hunter Ray couldn't handle it. But nonetheless, it's whistled dead.
That's going to move it back to the 14. Second down and goal at the 14. Ray under center here. A lot of times when they do this, they like to roll him out. That's exactly what they do. He moves to his right. He's got all kinds of time. He's looking. We have a flag thrown. Ray is now coming back to the left side of the field, still on his feet, cuts it, and then slides down at about the 5-yard line.
And that play took a lot of time off of the clock, especially if it's going to go against Lower Cape May.
I think it's in the area of an illegal man downfield. I thought Jacob Bay was a little too far downfield, but I guess if he ran the ball, that flag should be picked up. And actually, it's personal foul, hands to the face on Lower Cape May. So Lower Cape May calls a timeout. And the thing about this penalty, buddy, is it takes him out of field goal range.
Yeah, puts the ball back on the 25-yard line of Buena with 9.1 seconds. It's second down.
Yeah, I mean,
and goal.
You know, with the wind at their back, we're going to keep it here during the timeout. I think Lower Cape May have been content with trying a field goal. Well, they certainly would have had enough time to run one more play, and now I don't think Lower Cape May has any timeouts left. So if they throw anything short of the end zone, they have to get out of bounds to give themselves a chance to run the field goal unit on, or the clock will run out. They lead 13-6 here late in the first half.
It's going to be very interesting to see what Coach Lance Bailey dials up here for his offense. What play?
That's why you wonder, do they try to have someone run a 10-yard out, get it down to the 15, and then try to kick the field goal?
Well,
we'll see.
If they run Hunter Ray, out of the pocket to the right to look downfield, we just saw that takes a lot of time off the clock.
Thomas goes in motion coming toward the line of scrimmage. Ray back to pass. He's going to throw it. It's tipped and incomplete. Tipped down near the 5-yard line. And that's going to bring up fourth down. And Lower Cape May is going to try this field goal anyway. It's going to be a 42-yarder.
4.1 seconds to play, first half.
So Dennis Serra comes on. Zach Castellano is the holder. And they're going to place the kicking tee at about the 32-yard line. So it will be a 42-yard field goal attempt for Dennis Serra on the last play of the first half. Snap is good. Hold is good. Serra's kick on the way. It's short, and it is. That'll end the half. Buena had a player back there who caught the kick, but I believe he stepped out of the back of the end zone, so he can't return it. End of the half, Lower Cape May leads Buena 13-6. We'll take a 4-minute timeout. We'll be back at the halftime report right after this on 98.7 The Coast. field. And a couple of Hunter Ray passes to Braswell Thomas. The first one, 17 yards, moved them deep into Buena territory. And then a 22-yard pass from Ray to Thomas gave Lower Cape May the 13-0 lead. Buena got the ball late in the half, and Naz Smith, a 61-yard run to help set Buena up deep in lower territory, and a 10-yard pass from J.J. Gonzalez to Mikey Ernst put Buena on the board 13-6. And as I mentioned earlier, Lower missed a 42-yard field goal attempt at the end of the half. And some of the and Buena will get the ball to start the second half. So that touchdown that they got late in the first half certainly looms large, buddy.
Well, without a doubt, and that's a confidence booster going into the locker room, and it gives the Chiefs a little bit of momentum. The fact that they were able to, when they turned the ball over on that onside kick, that Lower recovered on the Buena 49, and then they were not able to convert. So that momentum now, there should be a shift to the Buena side. And in that first half, Brian, J.J. Gonzalez, he threw for just 43 yards, but Naz Smith, the running back, he ran for 110 yards, and as you had mentioned, that 61-yard run. And they are very formidable when it comes to the offensive. They can strike, and they can strike quick. Lower Cape May, Hunter Ray threw for 138 first half yards. He had the 67-yard catch and run with Archie Lawler. Then that 30-yard pass to Lawler, and 39 yards on 2 catches for Braswell Thomas. They, Lower Cape May, what hurt them, Brian, they had 4 penalties in that first half that totaled for 38 yards.
Right.
And they kept, they were in good position offensively, and then bang, they'd get a 5-yard motion penalty. And as we had talked about, it's unsettling to your offensive flow. And to end the first half, they got that 15-yard hands to the face penalty, and that did take them out of field goal range, even though they tried to get that. Dennis Serra tried to kick that 42-yard field goal. So, there's a lot of football left, and Buena getting the kickoff to start this second half. This is still anybody's football game.
No question about it. So, we have the extended halftime here due to the homecoming festivities. So we're going to take another 4-minute timeout. We'll come back with more of the halftime report. Lower Cape May 13, Buena 6 here at the break. High school football 98.7 The Coast. flavors and delicious signature cocktails, Coastal Blue in Diamond Beach, just south of the Crest. High school football on the coast is proudly brought to you in part by the Lower Township Healthy Youth Coalition, a community initiative of Cape Assist. 13-6, Lower Cape May leading Buena here at the half on Lower Cape May's homecoming day. And at halftime, this extended halftime, because of the homecoming, gives us a chance to let you know about what happened last night. Middle Township beat Bridgeton 41-6. Remy Rodriguez, 12 carries, 122 yards, and a touchdown. Tyree Moore ran for 88 yards. And Middle didn't put it in the air much, but they were successful. Mark Oliver completed all 4 of his passes for 105 yards and 2 touchdowns. Michael Zarfati had 3 catches, one of those for a score. Tough loss for Wildwood last night. They almost pulled off the upset against Haddon Township, but they fell 12-6. Haddon Township got the winning points on an interception return for a touchdown with 2.5 minutes left. Wildwood had 2 possessions inside Haddon Township's 5-yard line in the fourth quarter and failed to score. Wildwood got their only touchdown in the third quarter on a 70-yard pass from Anthony Freeman, or to Anthony Freeman from Junior Hans. And then another game involving a county team, Millville beat Ocean City 41-7. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout. We'll come back with the second half right after this on 98.7 The Coast. High school football on the coast brought to you by Lucky Bones in Cape May. They proudly support all of the athletes in Cape May County. Stop in Lucky Bones for great food with great friends. That's Lucky Bones at the foot of the bridge in Cape May. 13-6 at the half. Lower Cape May leads Buena. As we get set to start this second half here between these two rivals who are now in different divisions in the West Jersey Football League. So this is a non-division contest. Lower Cape May still with an outside shot to make the group playoffs. They would need to win this game and next week against Gateway. At 6-2, it could give them enough power points to get in. Either way, they want to put to bed a 2-game losing streak here to after losing to Middle Township and Pittman over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's very, very important, obviously for the morale of this football team as well. The last thing you want to do is you start the season off 4-0, and then now you run into this 2-game skid, and you want to end that, and you want to end that today at home on your homecoming day. So, Lower Cape May, Brian, in that first half, Lower had 210 total yards offensively, 4 on the ground. Buena had 142 yards. They had 99 yards rushing and 43 yards through the air. So, for chunks of that first half, Lower Cape May, was dominating with their ball control. And obviously they need to come out here and reassert themselves to try and take away that Buena momentum.
Isaiah Wing has it teed up. It's a low-line drive kick taken by an up man at the 25. Comes across the 30 with a full head of steam. Takes a hit at the 40, but lunges forward and gets out to the 43-yard line. And that was Joey Marshall on the return. And Buena will have good field position. Actually mark it at the 42. So 1st and 10 for Buena. They trail 13-6. As we start this second half, they have the ball at their own 42. J.J. Gonzalez leads them out. He's under center here. Hands it off. And Smith does not get much, maybe a gain of 2.
And it looks like Lower Cape May has a defensive player down on the field. The officials call a timeout.
Yeah, that's A.J. King, so timeout on the field because of an injury. We'll take a 30-second break back after this on 98.7 The Coast. Road in Villas, and the Lower Cape May injured player is A.J. King is still down at about the 45-yard line, being tended by the athletic training staff and head coach Lance Bailey. Buena will have a 2nd and 8 after this injury timeout. So King's made a couple of nice plays today defensively for Lower Cape May. He certainly will have to come out of this game at least momentarily, but he's been down for quite a while now.
Yeah, Brian, he's been down, and as I watch, the trainers, the trainer from Buena has also come out onto the field, and they're attempting now to roll him over on his back. He was laying on his right side.
Yeah, we're gonna take another break. This doesn't look good here for A.J. King. We'll take another break with Lower Cape May leading 13-6, early stages, second quarter. And we're going to take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back after this on 98.7 The Coast. Facebook page, and unfortunately, they are bringing a stretcher out on the field for the injured Lower Cape May player, A.J. King, who was injured on the first offensive play of this second half. And
both his parents are out on the field right now as well.
yeah.
And that again, too, the medical crew, the EMTs, are wheeling the stretcher across the football field.
So again, Lower Cape May has this 13-6 lead. They did lead 13-0. Buena scored a touchdown late in the half. Lower Cape May drove down into Buena territory, missed a field goal on the final play of the half. And now, on the first offense play of the second half, we have what appears to be somewhat of a serious injury to a Lower Cape May player. So while they're still tending to A.J. King, we will take another 1-minute break. We'll come back after this on 98.7 The Coast. High school football on the coast brought to you by Seashore Foods, your hometown food distributor. They're here to meet all your restaurant's needs. Seashore Foods proudly supports high school football on the coast. Uncle Bill's Pancake House, a place where the whole family can get a great breakfast without breaking the bank. They proudly support high school football on the coast. So, our thoughts obviously with A.J. King right now of the Lower Cape May football team. He is down injured. They have brought out a stretcher. And they are being very careful as they get him on the board to lift him onto that stretcher.
And King is a junior on this Lower Cape May football team. It's a linebacker and a running back.
Good crowd on hand for this homecoming game, and nice student support, and a lot of the students wearing pink, of course, in support of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And unfortunately, they're looking at one of their schoolmates about to be taken off on a stretcher. Lower Cape May leads the game 13-6. And Buena has the possession. King was injured on the first offensive play of the second half. And it's been a beautiful afternoon for football, a little breezy. That breeze moving from east to west across this field here at Stephen Steger Memorial Field. But unfortunately, we have what looks like a somewhat of a serious injury here to one of Lower Cape May's players. So our thoughts are certainly with him and his family right now. All right, we're going to take another 1-minute timeout as they still attend to A.J. King at midfield. Back after this on 98.7 The Coast. Facebook page, and we've had a long delay here for an injury of a Lower Cape May player, A.J. King. And they have gotten him to the stretcher. And it looks like they're just trying to secure him and make sure he's on properly, and before they wheel him off the field. Lower Cape May leads the game 13-6 here on its homecoming. And this injury occurred on the first play of the second half. First offensive play of the second half, I should say. And have quite a few people out there, the athletic trainers for both teams. I'm sure usually there is some kind of a doctor on around for a high school football game. You might be able to hear the applause in the background. That is as they are wheeling King away. Now, King was moving his arms and hands, but they have him strapped in pretty tightly here as they take him to the ambulance. So obviously we hope this is not as serious as maybe it looks.
Well, they were able to remove the face mask from the helmet.
Right.
But in precaution, they don't want to take the helmet off, as they were able to wrap his head in the proper gear to make sure he doesn't move his neck or his head.
So, yeah, he will be transported up to the hospital, I'm sure. And, of course, we hope he's okay. So it'll be 2nd and 8. And because of this long delay, you may be seeing on Coast Sports Today Facebook page, they are giving the players from both teams an opportunity to kind of move around a little bit and stretch and run to get ready for the resumption of this football game. It is 13-6 Lower Cape May, 11:36 to go in the third quarter. Buena with the football for the first possession of the second half. All right, let's take another 1-minute timeout. We'll come back after this on 98.7 The Coast. All right, we are back at Lower Cape May. Looks like we're about to resume play here. The coaches or the players for both teams being brought together around their respective coaches. Of course, we wish A.J. King the best as he was taken away via stretcher after an injury on the first offensive play of the second half. So 2nd down and 8 for Buena. They'll have the ball at their own 44-yard line. So, and sometimes see how Lower Cape May reacts. You get a teammate injured in that fashion, and obviously you still got to finish a football game here.
Especially too when you watch them, being carted off in an ambulance. That's very emotional. We're talking about these are teenagers, young men. So hopefully they respond in the way that they say, okay, let's go, let's get this win for AJ.
2nd and 8 for Buena. Ball at their own 44. AJ Gonzalez under center with Naz Smith, the lone setback. He's back to pass. He's looking. He's floating it out to the near side. Garrison is wide open and drops it. Got behind the defense again. That's been a recurring theme today. But Garrison dropped it at the 35. It probably would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, that was absolutely. He had nobody. He got behind the Lower Cape May defense. Gonzalez delivered it, but Garrison was not able to catch the football.
Third down and 8 for Lower Cape May.
Gonzalez now 2 for 8 through the air. He's 2 for 8 for 43 yards. But that one clearly was not his fault.
Or third and 8 for Buena, excuse me, buddy, at the 44. Gonzalez back to pass again. Throws it out in the flat. Great play by Archie Lawler. Tipped it away. He was looking for Mikey Ernst. Probably would have only been a short gain anyway, but a great play by Lawler. Stuck his right hand in there, tipped it away, and Buena most likely will have to punt here. They're on their side of midfield on 4th and 8. So going back deep is Lawler. Now the wind is at Garrison's back. He's in the punt here. Standing back at his own 35. Long count here. Takes the snap. He's looking to pass. It's a fake. He throws, and it's incomplete, out of bounds. They ran a fake. And it goes out of bounds, and Lower Cape May is going to have great field position at the 44-yard line.
And Brandon Marsh just hit a 3-run homer for the Phillies.
Thanks, bud.
So Lower Cape May's defense that time, they had that well covered, but it was still a well-thrown ball.
Well, I don't know if, and I believe it was Brandon Miller who was the intended receiver. I think had he come down with it, buddy, I don't think he would have been able to stay in bounds. But regardless, the fake goes awry, and it's 1st and 10 for Lower Cape May at the 44. Hand off to Isaiah Wing, trying the left side, cuts it up. Nice run by Wing, makes a man miss. Inside the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5, dives. He's in for the touchdown. 44-yard run by Isaiah Wing restores the Caper Tiger 2-touchdown lead. What a run.
That was, what a run. Isaiah Wing takes the football, takes the handoff from Hunter Ray, and goes through the right side, cuts to the outside, and really turned on the Jets. And nobody from Buena could catch him.
Dennis Serra on for the extra point. The Tigers now lead 19-6. Castellano's the holder. Serra kicking against the wind here. But he does get it up and knock it through with ease. 20-6 Lower Cape May. Early third quarter back after this 30-second break on 98.7 The Coast. Wing, who had the touchdown run, will kick it off for the Caper Tigers. as it teed up at the 40, is kicking into a pretty stiff breeze. It's a low kick, bounces, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Let's see. They're actually going to mark it at the 25. Buena has a couple of options here. And let's see what they take. It looks like they'll take the ball at the 35-yard line. And if I was Buena, buddy, I'm not so sure I would have done that. With Lower kicking into the wind, I would have taken him back 5 yards and told him to kick it again.
Well, especially because Buena's got a couple of guys, Brian, that got a lot of return power.
So Buena will have it 1st and 10 at the 35. And Gonzalez is in the shotgun here. Hands it to Smith. He tries the right side, cuts it up, has a good gain here. He's going to pick up about 8 on 1st down. Second and 2. Ball up at the 43. Clock moving, 10:20 to go, 3rd quarter. Lower Cape May on top, 20-6.
And again, this is another one of these defensive possessions for Lower Cape May where they want to get a stop after scoring that big touchdown.
Yeah, Buena certainly needs to respond, down 2 scores again as this game moves along into the 3rd quarter. Gonzalez fakes, fires, nearly intercepted by Logan Haggerty. The linebacker jumped up and nearly picked it off. Nice play by Haggerty. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 2.
And Logan Haggerty, the junior linebacker, he's made some nice plays defensively.
Saved a touchdown earlier, buddy, with his speed.
Yes, he did.
On that long run by Naz Smith.
Did I mention?
We know full well from a couple of weeks ago about his 40 speed.
I was going to say, did I mention the fact that he runs the 40 in 4.5?
We're going to move on to this 3rd down and 2 play. Shotgun again for Buena. Gonzalez will keep it himself. He's got the 1st down and more. He's going to be taken down right at midfield, and it's a gain of 7 for J.J. Gonzalez. That was his first run of the game. First designed run, anyway.
And a big 1st down, yes. And I know I had mentioned that, I have done plenty of 40s in 4.5 seconds back in the day.
I think whoever was on that clock might have been slow on that one, buddy. 4:20 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's 20-6. Caper Tigers leading Buena.
No, I used to play Jackson Brown running on empty.
That's right. Gonzalez in the shotgun here. Takes the snap. He's back to pass. Floats it out near side. It is nearly intercepted. Nearly intercepted by Hunter Ray. The one thing we've noticed, buddy, Lower Cape May and a lot of high school teams are like this. You play a lot of kids on both sides of the ball, and a lot of times you really don't want your quarterback to do that. Hunter Ray did not start the game on defense, but then came in the 1st quarter at the safety position, and he's had a nice game back there, and he almost came up with an interception. 2nd and 10 for Buena.
J.J. Gonzalez was fortunate that time because he has thrown a lot of good balls.
Here's a toss to the outside, and Lower Cape May does a nice job of stringing that out. Zach Castellano with a tremendous tackle on the near side to take down Yasier Jordan. It's his first carry of the game. Jordan only picked up about 2 yards, and it brings up 3rd and long. Castellano really flew to the football. Buddy, by the way, we failed to mention, because we usually do, but one of the officials in the center of the field today, Jerome Garrett. It's like a 48-minute comedy show when he's out there in a football game.
Well, basketball.
32 minutes in the basketball game. third and 8.
He thoroughly loves officiating.
Yes, he does.
And he's out there for all the right reasons.
3rd down and 8 for Buena. Gonzalez. Now he looks to the sideline as it looks like the coaching staff wants to change the play. He's in the shotgun. Smith stands to his left. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. He's back to pass. Looking, chased out, rolling to the right. Still running. Fires downfield, nearly intercepted by Haggerty, but it's tipped away. Check that. That was Lawler back there, buddy, not Haggerty.
That was a lot of pressure again from Jacob Bay, and as well as number 57 for Lower Cape May.
Ryan Rush really rushing up the field, buddy.
He's doing a very good job on the pass rush today.
So 4th and 8, Buena will have to punt. Gonzalez actually came dangerously close to going across the line of scrimmage before he threw it, but he was behind barely. Punt is away. It's a pretty high and deep kick. Goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 16-yard line. That's a pretty effective punt. So Lower will have it 1st and 10 at its own 16. So Lower leading by 2 scores, and they would love nothing better than to go on a nice long drive here with 8:32 to go in the 3rd quarter. And actually, they have this ball marked up at the 17, so we'll say it's 1st and 10 at the 17. Ray in the shotgun with Wing standing to his right. Fakes, and he's taken down by Smith, who blitzed from the left side. And Ray is taken down a loss of about 3. So it'll bring up 2nd and 13.
Doing a good job again that time. The Buena defense, they really keep coming. We said it last week, Brian. There's no quit in this football team. They played Middle Township very tough right till the final horn.
They fake a handoff to Thomas. Ray keeps it, and a nice play by Garrison. Samir Garrison holding his ground and not going for that fake and ushering Ray out of bounds after a gain of only 1. So it'll bring up 3rd and 12.
Clock continues to run. Or I should say it is now stopped because Ray was knocked out of bounds.
7:46 to go, 3rd quarter. Lower Cape May leading 20-6. 3rd down and 12 for the Tigers at their own 15. Ray rolls to his right, looking, fires. It is intercepted. Intercepted by Buena. And coming up with the interception was Caden Bryant. And he's taken down almost immediately. But Buena will have it 1st and 10 at the 15 of Lower Cape May. You know, and I thought Ray had Thomas open a little further down the field, and he tried to throw it underneath, and Bryant tipped it in the air, did a great job with his hand-eye coordination, hauled it in and returned it about 5 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Buena. So All right, we are back at Lower Cape May. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We got knocked off the air here. Buena will have it 3rd down and 1 here after a short run, a penalty on the Chiefs, and then about a 10-yard run by Garrison here. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1 at the Lower Cape May 6-yard line. So
5:40 to play here in the third quarter. It's Lower Cape May 20, Buena 6. But the Chiefs right now are threatening.
on 3rd and very short. Gonzalez turns, looks to the sideline for some instructions. Goes up under center. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Jordan. He didn't get much, but he didn't need much, and I think he's going to have the first down.
Yeah, that time he went through the left side of that Buena offensive line.
You know, buddy, I know it's only the third quarter, but with Buena down 2 scores, you know, they seem to be taking an awful lot of time sometimes between plays they come out of the huddle, they go up to the line of scrimmage,
How many?
and then there's a call from the sideline, and the players all look over there, and, you know, you're down 2 scores here.
How many times did we say that last week?
Right.
Against they definitely take their time on the offensive side of the football. And, you know, last week against Middle, we saw numerous times where the whole team would look over to the sideline to see what play was being sent in.
1st and goal from the 5. Hand off to Smith. He's taken down short of the goal, but he's very close. It's a gain of 4. And it'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 1. 4:40 to go in the third quarter. Now Buena rushes up to the line. Gonzalez now goes under center. Takes the snap, lunges forward, and they're going to say he didn't get in. He stopped short. So this will bring up 3rd and goal, and, you know, from Lower Cape May standpoint, buddy, it actually takes more time off the clock. You're up 2 scores here. It takes an additional 30 or 40 seconds off the clock as Buena, not only are they huddling, but
There's no sense of urgency.
no, Gonzalez went all the way to the sideline, and again, still only the third quarter, but when you're down 2 scores, you would think you'd be
3:45 to play in this third quarter.
3rd and goal from the 1. Gonzalez takes the snap. I'm not sure if he got in again. They're going to rule he did. Kind of a late signal from the near side official, but Gonzalez does get in from 1 yard out, and it's now 20-12. With 3:34 to go in the third quarter. So it's 20-12, and it looks like Buena will go for 2 here. So they want to try to get it to a 6-point deficit. It's 20-12. Gonzalez is under center here. Takes the snap. It's a toss. Fumbling the football, picking it up, and then diving into the end zone is Yazier Jordan. What a break for Buena. As Jordan had trouble with the handoff or trouble with the toss, dropped it, it bounced right back into his hands, and he's able to dive across the end zone. 20-14, Lower Cape May, 3:34 to go third quarter. Back after this on 98.7 The Coast. So Buena scores on the 1-yard touchdown run by J.J. Gonzalez. Yasier Jordan's 2-point conversion run brings the Chiefs within 6 at 20-14 here against Lower Cape May with 3:34 to go in the third quarter. Cleanse White Pools is now fully restocked on spas. They are going fast. Stop by Cleanse White on Route 9 in Rio Grande to secure your spa today. Line drive kick, goes over the head of Thomas. He has to go all the way back to the 5 to pick it up. Dancing, still on his feet at the 10, and he's going to be taken down there. So poor field position here for Lower, and all of a sudden you now feel that this momentum has swung to Buena's side, and the Tigers need to get a drive going, buddy.
Yeah, that's exactly now. I mean, Lower Cape May needs to reestablish their momentum. They need to pick up some first downs. And it is, really tough.
1st and 10 for Lower Cape May. They lead 20-14, 3:26 to go in the third quarter. Phillies now lead the Braves 4-1 on a JT Realmuto solo home run.
Inside the park home run.
Here is Wing taking it left side, cuts it back across the 30, up toward the 35, and is finally taken down there just shy of the 35. We got another Lower Cape May player down injured, and we also have a flag back at the 13-yard line, and this is going to come back. It's a hold on the Tigers. And that negates a 24-yard run by Isaiah Wing.
Boy, and I'll tell you what, we said this during halftime. That hurts. Needless to say, they were on, we saw Lower Cape May get some penalties in that first half that cut drives that they were trying to sustain, cut drives short. And right there, that would have been an enormous momentum booster for the Caper Tigers.
So it's half the distance to the goal from the spot of the foul. It ends up being just a loss of 2 yards on paper. But again, as we said, as Buddy just alluded to, it negated a 24-yard run by Isaiah Wing. So now it is 1st down and 12. Ray in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off to Thomas. Thomas trying to get outside, cuts it up, gets a good block from Jackson Brown on the outside, and Thomas picks up 6. Thomas actually had to loop further into the backfield as a lineman came up. He ran around him. That allowed the pursuit by Buena to come forward. Jackson Brown, a good block on the outside. And Thomas was able to pick up 6, makes it a more manageable 2nd down and 5. Wing in the backfield next to Hunter Ray to his left. They hand it off to Wing. Wing breaks a tackle and has a 1st down. That's a nice run there. He did that almost all by himself. Pickup of 7 for Isaiah Wing and a 1st down.
And as you said, Brian, he goes through the right side of that Lower Cape May offensive line, but he made a nice move, or a little cutback move, to pick up that additional yardage and to get that 1st down.
20-14, Lower Cape May leads inside 2 minutes to go, third quarter. 1st and 10 for Lower at their own 22. Option play, toss to Wing. Wing trying the left. Turns the corner, and he picks up about 5. And take it outside the 25. They're going to say Wing's forward progress was stopped before he went out of bounds. But actually call this a gain of 6, and it's 2nd and 4.
Yeah, I was about to say, the one thing Isaiah Wing does not want to do is go out of bounds to stop this clock.
3 receivers split to the near side of the field for Lower Cape May. Hand off to Wing. tries the right side, through the line, across the 50 as he broke a tackle, inside the 40, inside the 30, breaks a tackle at the 20, and he's going to run it into the end zone for a touchdown, and there's no flags.
Wow.
A 73-yard run by Isaiah Wing restores the 2-score lead for Lower Cape May. And we have a timeout for another injured player. This time it's a player from Buena. And I believe, buddy, that may have been the player who was trying to make that final last gasp tackle attempt that Wing broke out of, and he may have fallen awkwardly.
And I believe you are correct.
All right, let's take a 30-second timeout. We'll come back right after this on 98.7 The Coast. Buddy has run for 130-some yards on 4 carries in this second half. The 2 long touchdown runs. The Buena injured player did get off the field under his own power. That was Yasier Jordan. But that 73-yard touchdown run by Isaiah Wing makes it 26-14. Dennis Serra is on for the extra point. There's 49 seconds to go in the third quarter. Snap was good. Castellano looked like he kind of fumbled the ball a little bit, but did a great job of getting that to the tee without disrupting the rhythm, and Serra knocks it through. 27-14 Lower, late third quarter. Back after this 30-second break, 98.7 The Coast. All right, back at Lower Cape May, Brian Kniff, Buddy Tarbotton, a 73-yard run by Isaiah Wing restores a 2-score lead for Lower Cape May as they lead 27-14 with 49 seconds to go third quarter. Thanks for joining us on 98.7 The Coast. Sam Cohen handling our video production on the Coast Sports Today Facebook page.
And Brian, that now gives Isaiah Wing 154 yards total on 13 carries, 2 touchdowns.
And Wing kicks off the ball. It was kind of like a low-line drive kick. It took a funny bounce. It jumped all the way over out of bounds on the Buena sideline. So let's see where Buena takes the football. But they'll have the ball first at 10. And it looks like they will place it at the 35-yard line. So, needless to say, massive possession here for Buena. They trail by 2 scores. Just 49 seconds to go in the third quarter. They almost have to score on this possession to stay in the game. J.J. Gonzalez under center. Takes the snap, he's back to pass. Fires near side, it is dropped. That's the second or third drop by him. It's probably at least the third drop by a Buena player. Shane Reed up at the 45. And, buddy, that was a classic case of he was looking to run before he caught it.
Yes, he was. And again, Gonzalez doing a good job delivering the football. He's hitting his receivers in the hands, and they're not doing a good job of catching it.
So 2nd down and 10 for Buena at their own 35. 43 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Gonzalez is now 2 for 13 through the air.
Yeah, that stat line doesn't look good, but as we said, he's had at least 3 passes dropped. He takes the snap. He'll complete. No, he won't complete this one as Shane Reed drops another one on a quick wide receiver screen.
And again, Brian, you had said it on that previous pass. Reed did not look the ball into his hands. He was looking to catch and run.
And part of this, buddy, could have to do with the wind. The ball, like that one there, that ball looked like it was fluttering a little bit in the wind. But you're right. Reed definitely, again, looked upfield before he had the ball squarely in his possession. It was a well-thrown ball with this breeze. That ball was fluttering a little bit, but it's got to be caught. 3rd down and 10 here. 41 seconds to go in the third quarter. Lower leading 27-14. Gonzalez this time in the shotgun. Takes the snap, he's back to pass. He's being rushed. He's hit as he throws, delivers a great ball for a first down. And that is complete to Shane Reed. And a pickup of about 13. Well, Gonzalez did a great job of stepping up in the pocket, and he delivered that as he was being hit.
And he
1st and 10 at the 48. I'm sorry, buddy.
And you're right, Brian, because he actually shook off what would have been a sack, and then he eluded that tackler, then took a hit as he delivered the football. And that time Shane Reed able to hold on to it, and Buena picks up a big first down.
1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Pass complete on the final play of the quarter to Jordan, and he picks up about 5. So that'll be the last play of the third quarter. We head to the fourth. Lower Cape May 27, Buena 14. Back after this 30-second break, 98.7 The Coast. Follow them on social media or check them out at wildwood@clusterpopcorn.com. So start of the fourth quarter here. Buena will have the football on 2nd down and 4 after a pass from J.J. Gonzalez to Yasiel Jordan. Actually make it 2nd and 6. It was a 4-yard gain. Gonzalez, back to pass, fakes, looking, fires, it's caught. Great catch on the near side, but we do have a flag down.
Yeah, and that's in
Caught by Joey Marshall. Yeah, definitely in the area of holding. And it is holding.
Lower Cape May again, Brian. They were bringing a lot of pressure from their front four.
And again, buddy, situation in the high school game where holding penalties are marched off from the spot of the foul, and this is going to move the ball back.
Well, that time
They're actually going to march this one off from the line of scrimmage, so it's a loss of 10.
and the pressure was being brought by Will Garrow and Quentin Hagan. Garrow, a freshman, Hagan, a junior.
So 2nd and 20 for Buena. Back at their own 38 now. They need to get to the lower Cape May 43 for a first down. Back to passes. Gonzalez fakes, throws. It's caught. And Marshall is ushered out of bounds up at the 45-yard line. A lower Cape May player gambled. Braswell Thomas trying to knock it away. He really could have held Marshall to a gain of about 5. It turns into a gain of about 10. Or maybe longer, actually. It's been more like 17.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Thomas came up, thought he was going to be able to time it and knock the football away, but he missed. It was a swing and a miss, and Buena was able to pick up 17 yards.
So it's 3rd and 3 at the lower Cape May 45. Clock stopped as Marshall went out of bounds after the reception. 11:14 to go. They hand it off. Smith will have the first down. That's going to be a gain of about 4. And that'll give Buena the first down at the lower Cape May 42.
Well, again, Naz Smith, he's running the football very well again here this afternoon, Brian. And as you just said, 1st and 10 now for the Chiefs from the lower Cape May 42. 10:40 to go here in this football game.
Gonzalez comes up under center this time. Takes the snap, hands it to Garrison, going to the left. And Garrison picks up about 6, maybe 5.
Yeah, they're going to spot that ball on the 37-yard line of lower Cape May, so it will be a 5-yard pickup. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 5.
Clock moving inside 10 minutes to go, buddy. Time starting to become a factor with Buena trailing lower Cape May by 2 scores. Second down and 5. Gonzalez this time in the shotgun. He's back to pass. He's rolling. Now we have a whistle, and we have offside on lower Cape May. Looks like someone lined up offside maybe. And I'm not sure if this will give Buena the first down. It might. And it does. They're going to say it does give Buena the first down.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it does not, it makes it very close. But needless to say, they are moving the chains. So it will be a first down on the 32-yard line of lower Cape May for the Chiefs.
Clock moving. 9:20 to go in the football game. Lower Cape May ahead 27-14, but Buena is driving. They certainly need a score on this possession to stay in the football game. Gonzalez this time in the shotgun. Takes the snap, rolling to his right, looking to pass. He's going to throw it deep down the field. It is intercepted. Intercepted by Dennis Sutter. What a play. Jumped in front of the intended receiver at the 15-yard line. Caught it, stumbled forward, and fell down at the 19, and Lower will take over there.
That was a great read by Dennis Sarah, as he was kind of back there as a free safety, Brian, and he read the quarterback's eyes, Gonzalez, and made a good move coming up and leaving his feet, getting it in front of that receiver.
Absolutely, and again, buddy, it certainly had to be a factor. Gonzalez throwing against the wind, so that ball probably up in the air a little bit longer than it normally would have been. Lower takes over, up 2 scores at their own 19 with 8:53 to go in the game. They hand it off to Wing, who's had a big second half. This time he only gets a yard or two.
Call
Bring
2
it
yards.
bring it second down and 8. Now, second and 8 for Lower at their own 21. And Lower just needs to keep moving the chains here, and they will seal this victory, but still a long way to go. Toss to Wing, trying the right side. He's got room. Turns the corner, but this is going to come back. We've got a hold. He's up across midfield, across the 40. He's inside the 30, running all the way to the end zone, Isaiah Wing, but this is going to come all the way back. It is a hold on Lower Cape May.
Wow. A 79-yard run is negated by the holding call. And that run would have put Isaiah Wing well over 200 yards rushing.
That's actually the second long run, buddy. Remember earlier in the half, he had a 24-yard run negated by a penalty.
Yeah, he's had a 44-yard run and a 73-yard run that were able to stay in the books. But that one right there, boy, I'll tell you what. Brian, I know he's a like a bruiser type runner where he can go in there and pick up tough short yardage. But my gosh, he showed us some extraordinary speed.
Yeah, second and 19, officially a loss of 11 on that holding penalty. Ray in the shotgun here takes the snap, hands it off to Ogre Nunez. Nunez picks up about 4. And with 7:50 to go, it brings up third and about 15. And I think if you're Lower Cape May, buddy, you run this football and punt it away. You're up 2 scores. With the wind at your back, I don't think you want to put the ball in the air and risk a turnover here and gift Buena good field position. And again, the clock is moving. We're inside 7.5 to go. Lower leads at 27-14. Ray in the shotgun. Lower in no hurry here with this 2-score lead. Takes the snap, hands it to Wing. Wing hit in the backfield, stays on his feet momentarily, still on his feet. And he brings it up to the 15, a gain of 1.
And here comes the punt team.
Right.
As it is going to be 4th and 14. And Lower Cape May with the football on their own 15-yard line.
Buna's not even sending anyone back deep to receive. Now Garrison will go back. Brown does have the wind at his back. So he's got a chance to maybe get off a big one here. I'm sure he'll try to angle this away from Garrison if he can. He does kick it toward the Buena sideline, goes off the side of his foot a bit, but does take a Lower Cape May bounce and will go out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Buena will have it there in Lower Cape May possession. So Chiefs still in it here, 6:13 to go. Lower on top 27-13.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excuse me, 27-14.
With the speed and explosiveness that the Buena Chiefs have, if they're able to get a quick score here, there's still plenty of time left in this football game. And Coach Lance Bailey and his staff, they're telling their kids, their team, hey, we got to play until the final horn.
Gonzalez fakes a handoff, throws a wide receiver screen, and running down the sideline and finally knocked out of bounds inside the 20 is Shane Reed. Nice design on that play, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And again, Gonzalez finding Reed. Reed gets the ball down to the Lower Cape May 17-yard line. So it's a 25-yard pickup.
Those are the kinds of plays Buena needs. Not only do they get the 25 yards, buddy, but they get out of bounds and stop the clock. 6:05 to go. Lower ahead, 27-14. But Buena inside the Lower Cape May 20. Gonzalez throws it again. They tried the same play. This time Quentin Hagan, a lineman, gets out there and takes Reed down after a gain of 3. Nice play by Hagan.
And again, keeping Reed on the field of play so the clock continues to run.
5:40 to go. Buena does have all 3 timeouts.
Second down and 7.
It's a backwards pass caught by Garrison. Nice play by Braswell Thomas. Takes Garrison down for no gain. Passing play, but it was actually a backward pass. Garrison, though, only got back to the line of scrimmage. And a great play by Thomas, and actually call it a loss of 1, as they're going to spot the ball at the 15. So it brings up 3rd and 8.
And again, the clock continues to run coming up on 4:30 left to play in this football game. Lower Cape May on top, 27-14.
Gonzalez back to pass, looking, fires, incomplete. Was a little high for Reed. And it was actually a Lower Cape May player nearly making a diving attempt at an interception after the tip. But it falls incomplete. And this right here is pretty much your ball game. Lower Cape May leading by 2 scores. It's 4th down and 8 for Buena with 4:21 to go. Ball at the Lower Cape May 15-yard line. And Lower comes up with a stop here. And Buena would need something pretty crazy to happen for them to come back and win this game. Oh, and now we have a timeout taken by Buena. Timeout, Buena. They used one of their 3 timeouts with the clock stopped, although it is an important 4th down play. We'll take a 30-second break back after this on 98.7 The Coast. Buena trailing Lower Cape May with 4:21 to go in the football game. Chiefs have the ball at the Lower Cape May 15-yard line, but they're facing a 4th and 8. And they pretty much need to convert this, or Lower Cape May will certainly be in a strong position to see this one out. Gonzalez in the backfield, or in the shotgun, I should say, the quarterback. Yasir Jordan stationed to his left. Gonzalez rolls to his left. Now he's going to throw. It's incomplete. He was looking for Smith in the middle of the field. Had Smith even caught it, he was going to be taken down immediately. And the Lower Cape May defense holds. 1st and 10 for Lower Cape May at their own 15. With 4:16 to go.
And Buena now has 2 timeouts left. So Lower Cape May If they pick up a couple of first downs, Brian, that could seal the win.
And yeah, I would highly doubt Lower Cape May would put the ball in the air here. Now we have a whistle. And not sure what this is about. I think it's one of the officials deemed that Samir Garrison was not healthy enough to play, and he is limping off the field. He's making him go out of the game. That's actually a good catch by the official. Garrison simply can't run. I mean, he's walking off the field here with a limp. Looks like his right foot or leg is bothering him. So a substitution has to come in for him. 1st and 10 for Lower. Hunter Ray this time will go under the center. And now we have a delay by the officials here. And now we're ready to go. Ray takes the snap, hands to Wing. Wing picking his way, now bounces it outside across the 20, outside the 30, outside the 35, still on his feet, and steps out of bounds all the way outside the 40-yard line. Or actually, it looks like they might mark it right on the 40, and that's a gain.
If it's going to be marked
Of 25, yes.
Yep.
So Lower gets that first down. The clock does stop as he goes out of bounds. 4:06 to go. Little counter play to Nunez and a nice 6-yard gain for Ogre Nunez. We're inside 4 minutes now. Lower leading 27-14. So it'd be a real nice win for them after that debacle last week against Pittman. That loss to Pittman is most likely going to cost Lower Cape May a chance to win their division. 2nd and 4 for the Tigers at their own 46. Ray is just waiting, doing a good job, and he's looking at that play clock, the one official who keeps it. Now he comes up under center as it got late in the play clock. Wing maybe got one. Bring up 3rd down. Third and 3, and it's inside 3 minutes to go here. Ball at their own 47.
And right now, Isaiah Wing has 181 yards unofficially. He really picked up the slack with Aiden McCarraher being out with that injury, Brian.
Yes, no doubt. Ray was looking like he was going to go in the shotgun, but now comes up under center. Fakes a handoff. He's going to roll to the right, and he goes down after a gain of only 1, and I don't know what his decision-making there was, buddy.
No, that's a
I mean, he had an opportunity to run for a first down there, and he kind of pulled up, looked downfield, and then didn't have anyone open, and kind of slid a yard and a half short, or about 2 yards short of the first down. And now, Lower Cape May's got a punt as Buena takes
timeout. Now that the Chiefs have 1 timeout left, 2:06 to play in this football game.
Yeah, I mean, and now you got to give the ball back. I certainly don't think you're going to go for it here. But, if Ray had simply run for the first down, the game pretty much would have been over.
Yes, Yes, and as you said, Hunter Ray is always very aggressive.
Now, you wonder here, buddy, during the timeout, if Lower Cape May on the special team side said, hey, let's try to go double count here, see if we can draw Buena offside. Brown standing back at his own 35 to kick. Reed is the deep man for Buena. Back at his 25. High snap, but Brown's able to get it pretty easily. Kicks it away. Great punt. Reed has to retrieve it at his own 10 off a bounce. And he's taken down by Dennis Serra at the 15. We'll mark him at the 16. That's a nice special teams play there by Lower Cape May.
Yes, it was a very good punt by Jackson Brown. A little bit of pressure there coming from the defensive front of Buena, but Brown kept his wits about him and got that punt off. And as you said, Reed, for the Chiefs, fielding the football at his 10. But again, Lower Cape May doing a good job in punt coverage. 1:54 to play. Buena has one timeout left. And it is Lower Cape May 27, the Chiefs 14.
Yeah, Lower about to stop a two-game losing streak. If they can hold on here, they would improve to 5-2. So Gonzalez goes in the shotgun. Buena has three receivers split to this near side. Gonzalez back to pass, rolling to his right. Throwback screen. It's caught by Smith. Breaks a tackle. Still on his feet outside the 30, across the 40, across the 50, inside the 40, and finally taken out of bounds down inside the 30 at the 25.
And they're going to spot that ball on the 25-yard line of Lower Cape May.
Buddy, that's a 59-yard gain, and it all started with a missed tackle back at about the 15-yard line. So Buena now in business, 1:36 to go. Chiefs do trail by 2 scores at 27-14. Empty backfield. Now Smith comes on late, and he will join Gonzalez, the quarterback, who takes the snap. He's back to throw. He's going to throw it deep toward the end zone. Knocked away. Great play by the safety, Dennis Serra. Pass was intended for Reed.
And that was a very good play by Dennis Serra.
Serra's had a nice game back there today, buddy.
Yes, he has, because that ball would have been caught by Shane Reed. It was a well-thrown ball by Gonzalez, but it was defended even better.
2nd and 10 for Buena. 1:29 to go. Lower leads 27-14. Ball at the Lower Cape May 25-yard line. Smith moves to Gonzalez's right. Gonzalez in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's back to pass. He's going to throw it quickly. It is caught by Reed. And Reed will lunge forward and get the first down.
But he's not able to get. Did he get out of bounds?
Well, it'll momentarily stop the clock for the first down. But now when they reset the chains, they do run the clock here. 1:13 to go. 1st and 10 at the 15. Gonzalez back to pass. Throws. Caught. That is a nice catch. Short of the first down was Reed. He picked up about 8. Second and 2. Clock moving, 45 seconds to go. Gonzalez back to pass, throws again, and that was caught And pushed out of bounds was Reed. Brown on the coverage, complete for a gain of about 5 and a first down. So now it's first and goal at the 5.
Now Gonzalez is 12 for 26.
And that was after he
Through
was
the air.
2 for 13 at halftime, or
Yes.
at one point he was 2 for 13.
Yes.
Not at that. At one point in the third quarter, he was 2 for 13, so he's certainly picked it up. Lower Cape May, obviously a little softer on its coverage as they've had the lead here in the second half, but give Gonzalez credit. 41 seconds to go. Buena looking to score, and then we would have a little excitement with an onside kick. Gonzalez, this time it's a toss to Smith. Cuts it. Still on his feet, driven back, but he stopped short of the end zone. And Buena has to take its last time out with 30 seconds to go. Smith picked up about 3. It'll bring up second and goal from the 2. So timeout on the field. We'll keep it here. If you want one sandwich or a whole tray, check out Primo's Hoagies in Rio Grande, 609-846-7532. High school football on the coast proudly brought to you in part by the Lower Township Healthy Youth Coalition, a community initiative of Cape Assist. It's been a long one here this afternoon. Part of it due to homecoming, and then part of it due to the unfortunate injury to a Lower Cape May player that delayed the game for about 15 minutes in the third quarter, every bit of that. Buena has the ball, second and goal at the 2 with 30 seconds left. Lower Cape May leading 27-14.
And a Lower Cape May player that was injured on the second play of the second half, A.J. King. Our prayers and well wishes are out there for A.J. and his family.
All right, second and goal from the 2 for Buena. Gonzalez will come up under center here. Hands it off to Smith, who runs it into the end zone from 2 yards out. So Naz Smith scores with 25 seconds to go to make it 27-20. And let's see what Buena does here, if they're going to go for 2 or if they bring the kicking tee out. It looks like they're going to go for 2. And it's going to get interesting. Lower Cape May is going to have to field an onside kick after this. So Buena going for 2 after the touchdown. Gonzalez will go up under center. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to the left, tosses it, and it is caught in the back of the end zone by Caden Bryant.
So that's going to make it now. It's a 27-22 football game, and this onside kick is now a huge play.
So Buena is out of timeout. So if Lower Cape May gets possession after this anticipated onside kick, the game is pretty much over. Buena, if they get the onside kick, they'd still have a daunting task with no timeouts. They'd have to go about half the field with 25 seconds left. So Lower Cape May will certainly put some of its more handsy players up front. At least they should. Kylan Melendez is up there. Jackson Brown. Ogre Nunez. Tim Booth. Dennis Serra's in the second line as the lower has nine players up within 5 yards of the 50. Gonzalez will kick it off. And looks like he has it where it's going to be angled toward this near sideline. And there's the whistle. Gonzalez boots it. It is lost by Lower Cape May, and Buena has it.
Wow.
A lower player went to dive on it. He actually knocked it back toward Buena, and the Chiefs recover at their own 47. And, buddy, here's the thing. You know, if Buena scores a touchdown, they win the game.
Yes. That's why that 2-point conversion.
Well, the other thing, too, buddy, what I didn't understand there was the personnel for Lower Cape May in that front line. You know, where was Archie Lawler? Where was Braswell Thomas? Where was Hunter Ray? You know, that's it seemed like it was not really like the handsy type personnel that you would have on your front line to field an onside kick.
Well, 24.6 seconds left to go in this football game, and Buena has a chance.
So Gonzalez, again, Buena without timeouts. Gonzalez back to pass. He's going to throw it deep down the near sideline, and it's knocked away by Braswell Thomas, nearly intercepted.
That was a big play.
And the smart thing, buddy, is you see Hunter Ray playing the safety position, and he is staying way deep behind the Buena players. He actually was coming up from behind to make a play, but Thomas knocked the ball away. And that's imperative for Lower Cape May here for Serra and Lower's playing cover 2 here with Serra and Ray just staying behind that last Buena the Buena receivers coming down the field. 19 seconds to go, 2nd and 10. Somehow the ball got marked back at the 46 after the incomplete pass. It was at the 47 on first down. Gonzalez back to pass, throws over the middle. Buena was trying a hook and lateral play there, and it was dropped. So 3rd and 10 for Buena. 16 seconds to go.
And Brian, it looked like the hook and ladder was set up pretty well, except the receiver that was going to lateral the ball dropped it.
So 3rd, and that's probably the 5th dropped pass by Buena today. 3rd and 10. Now they got the ball back at the 47. 16 seconds to go. Gonzalez back to pass, throws, tipped, and incomplete. Jacob Bay knocked it down.
Jacob Bay knocked it down, but he popped it up in the air, and he actually looked at it like, he wanted to catch that one, Brian, because he knew he would have been off. He would have been off to the races. Untouched.
All right, here it is, 4th down. And this is your ball game here. Buena needs to score on this play. Well, I guess in theory they could throw it downfield 15 or 20 yards and get out of bounds, but they have to get a first down, get out of bounds, or score. First down and get out of bounds or score, or the game will most likely be over. Gonzalez back to pass on 4th and 10. He's going to run. They look like he wanted to run. Now he's going to throw it up in the air, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Lower Cape May. And it was picked off by Zach Castellano, and that'll do it. There's no time left on the clock. And Lower Cape May wins it 27-22 as they come back from a 2-game losing streak to get a win on homecoming.
And what a great afternoon.
Yes,
what
it
a
was.
Beautiful day for football. As Brian said, Lower Cape May, they get the win on homecoming day, and now they still have an outside shot
To get in the playoffs, they
They get
play
the
Gateway
playoffs.
next week. For Sam Cohen on the video, for Norm Donahue back at the studio, for my partner, Buddy Tarbot, and I'm Brian Kniff. Once again, Lower Cape May 27, Buena 22. Tigers snap a 2-game losing streak and improve to 5-2. This has been high school football on 98.7 The Coast.